I'm thinking a lot about embracing the season you're in, and part of that is, I'm realizing now, is to not just embrace in a kind of what do you call it, reluctant acceptance that, oh yes, I guess I just have to be, you know, this is the season that you're in, and embracing it, but also to embrace the story that you have. Oh, there's Jelly, my doggy, and my first baby. What was I saying? Yes, you know, Raven's been sick the last few days, so I really haven't been able to do what I wanted to do, and the frustration I feel isn't just about this season that I'm in. I'm doing my best and I'm practicing embracing it, but also the frustration, I think, that my story is this. It isn't the story that I'd hoped, like, you know, having the kid that sleeps all the time, or even accepting that I'm going to have kids in my life, and I'm going to have to weave motherhood with my creative work. But which I was, you know, totally feeling like, you know what, I can embrace that and I can work with that and weave with it and then work during these times. But then when that doesn't happen, it's like, well, why is my story not what I want it to be? And so part of, you know, when you say, oh no, I can't do that because I'm not like you, or I can't do that because I don't have this, or my life is different, or I work a different way, and really part of that isn't just excuses that you make, which, hey, you know, I make the same ones, but that that you're not embracing the story that you have. You know, it reminds me of I had a friend who got told to go watch, when she was on her way to watch District 9, the movie, if you know the movie, great movie by the way, and she was told that it was a love story. Now, if you have seen District 9, you will know that it's, well, I guess it is kind of like a love story. I don't want to do any spoilers or anything, but that's something that you can say if you've already gone through it and seen it at the end. But it's a whole different story when you go into it thinking it's a love story, right? And as opposed to what the actual real story is, which is, you know, aliens in refugee camps, yeah? And so the reason I was thinking that today was because the story that she was told and what she was expecting, it wasn't. So it really coloured the way that she saw and experienced that film. And so I wonder for you is, are you embracing the story that you're in? Yes, you know, it would be nice if you had these things. It would be nice if you were that person, had that skill and had that personality and that background or whatever it is. It just means you probably have to embrace the story that you're in, work out what that is, which is part of embracing the season, I guess. And then that way you're in a better position to work out the solutions, find creative ways to do the things that you want to do, and to then finally accept where you are. This is where you are, accept responsibility for it, and then you can be in a much better place, more open place to, you know, get new ideas, new opportunities, new creative ways of seeing things, solutions, in order for you to take the next step to go towards making that thing that you want to make, or doing that thing that you want to do, or having that thing that you want to have. And so that's my thought of the day for you, that to not just embrace the season you're in, but what is your story, and that's the story that you have, and to accept it and to embrace it, and how to then, you know, instead of thinking that it has to be and being stuck in resistance and overwhelm and really frustration and anger, that you wanted a love story, but really the story you're in is aliens in refugee camps, and then going with that, and then that way you'll be able to find the fun and the creativity and the joy and the beauty and the light in your own story. I just got my coffee from Macca's because desperate times. Just at the Framers to pick up some paintings, and finishing up for the year, and I'm like taking advantage of this baby free time before I have to go back, because it'll be almost feeding time now. And I forgot to say before I go, to if you're thinking about your creative work, if you're thinking about doing more of it, or having more of it, or just being more creative in your life, and you want more of that, and I am writing my next booklet. Who would have thought I was going to write booklets? Called Collect, Cultivate, Create, and it is sharing my creative process and really helping you see your creative process in that way, and to just see that it's a cycle, there are stages, it may not be linear, I could say it's kind of like a cycle, but you know, creative process is what it is, and your story may be different, but being able to see that means that you can also see where you're at when you're stuck, when you're feeling resistance, when you're hitting that hump where you just can't get over it, and you're not finished the work, and you're in that messy middle where you just feel like everything you do is just shit. You know, I will be sharing all my tips, all my advice, all my opinions, really, because that's all I really have, from my experience and the way I work through those messy middle messes, even in my paintings, even in these books that I write, even in these videos, and just making this business, you know, which is this creative work in itself. And so I will be sharing all of that in the little booklet. It is currently available for pre-order. You know, if you want to learn how to really start that creative work that's been calling you, and when I say creative, I'm not talking about just paintings, and I'm talking like writing a book, I'm talking making music, I'm talking, you know, sewing, whatever it is that you wanted to create with fabric and tapestry, or a film, or making a business, or creating an experience for your clients, whatever that is. You know, how to really start, because there is something that's nagging and calling you, and you're just not quite starting. How do we do that? And then as you keep going, you know, I'll be talking about flow, and you'll be learning about that and ways to get into it and to find your own flavor of flow, and then what to do when you hit messy middle because you're and you will hit that overwhelm, and how do you get over that, how do you melt through it, how do you keep going so that you can finish that thing that you've been wanting to do, and then you're not quite finished, you have to release it to the world, because it's so easy to make it and then try and hide it because you're suddenly scared, and I get that fear, and I'll be talking about that kind of fear, and how to release it, and then how to keep being creative in your life, and how to make it a habit, because that's what it is, and how to never run out of ideas. Yeah, so it's available for pre-order, and when you get it in the pre-order, it's 50% off. So there will be a link below with to get that at the 50% off. Grab it. It's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to share it with you.